Hello everyone, it is I, VannKraken. It is a Wednesday night World of Warships. I don't know what it's going to be tonight. It's going to be something. It's a live stream, it's going to be something. I am in very scattered mode today. Been doing a lot of different stuff. Been doing stuff for work. Been doing stuff for YouTube. I'm a very frenetic worker. I don't tend to do everything in a straight line from start to finish. I tend to work on this little bit of this thing, then jump over to something else, then a third thing, and then back to the first thing. But I managed to get it all done. I have my way of working, but it's been one of those days. I feel kind of like I'm in hummingbird mode right now, but we'll see how it goes tonight. Hopefully we make some progress on our weekly Havoc, because I have news tonight in that I'm just going to be on probably tonight and hopefully tomorrow night. That is my goal, because the next 2 weekends are soccer weekends again, which is a bummer for streaming because I miss Friday and Saturday night. So I keep saying I'm going to jump on some streams. So if Dark, I see you out there. If you're going to be streaming, I'm going to have more downtime at these next 2 weekend soccer trips because they're not tournaments. They're league play for my younger daughter, who's in something called the Elite Clubs National League in soccer. So it's a affiliation of clubs across the United States of America with regard to girls soccer, basically from age 13 through age 18. So kind of 13 through to college age, pre-college age. So they just play one game on Saturday, one game on Sunday, but I'm going to Portland this weekend, Portland, Oregon, and then, Seattle this coming weekend, then Portland, Oregon next weekend. So even though it's a bummer about live streaming, I'm really excited that my daughter's getting the opportunities to get to go to these games because she doesn't get picked for every single event. It's based on her working hard. She's not one of the, top 10 players who gets to go to everything. She has to find out that in life, if you really want something, you have to work for it and work hard, and she does that, and she doesn't complain, and I really appreciate that. I think I complain more than her this age. I don't know that I used to back then. But anyway, again, I said I'm VannKraken. We have a stream here that aims to be casual but competitive, so we try to keep it as salt-free as we can. More salt will be heaped on myself than anyone else, but occasionally we're going to be a little bit teammate frustrated because it's World of Warships, right? It's just a matter of how the cookie crumbles with regard to this crazy game. So, Dark, hope you are having a good week so far. Sounds like, I don't know if I have ADHD. I don't know. I might have. I definitely say that if you look at Lion King characters, I'm a lot more like Timon than I am like Pumbaa. So I'm definitely higher strung, but I don't know that I'm full ADHD, but I work very asynchronously. I jump from thing to thing. Interesting to hear that you work like that. I mean, for me, I get a lot done. I can be incredibly productive. Like today, I ground out almost a whole new YouTube video. It's going to be the first video on something called the hard ships, which is reviews on ships that are hard, kind of like it sounds, but play on words with hardship. So first one is going to be on Siegfried, and I spent a lot of time playing Siegfried over the course of the last campaign for Ochakov. So the Siegfried review, it's going to be some tips on how to play Siegfried and coexist with it and keep it, not sell it. Dark, you might know who inspired this idea of someone who'd be selling premiums a lot. But anyway, I'm going to try to help people understand how to hang with a ship instead of just bailing on it if it immediately doesn't feel like it fits, because Siegfried is one of those. It is really a freaky and bizarre ship when you think about it. Hey, Hitman. Hey, good morning to you. Good evening to Dark. Thank you so much for adding me as a VIP on your channel. I really appreciate it. And again, I was only half kidding about messing up your stream audio on Sunday. I had a lot of fun. I haven't been on someone else's stream except a couple times or in a group stream. So that was really fun. Your group, again, is so chill. It's nice to see such a big group of people just getting around chatting, having fun, commenting on ships, kidding around with each other, but having it be fun and not overly locker room personal. So I really appreciated that. Thanks for having me on, and just saying I'm going to be out of town the next couple weekends, but I'm hopefully going to be able to watch you guys streaming while I'm on downtime for my younger daughter's football footy soccer tournament this coming weekend. So hope you guys are having a good start to your week. God, it's Wednesday already. That's just insane to me. So anyway, I think did I flip over to... I was going to flip over to a highlights screen really quick just to show what we're working on tonight. Whoa, what's going on? Okay. So really quick, and then we're going to jump into game. Stream goals for tonight are Weekly Havoc. I've got to try to get Weekly Havoc nailed by tomorrow before I go out of town. But the good news is that it carries over this time, so you don't have to have every week done by the end of the week, which is great. I'm continuing to work on British heavy cruisers and battleships, so we're at tier 4 in both. I'm hoping to be out of the Hawkins as soon as possible. That's going to be another candidate for my hardship series, though people don't want to probably see a big tips video on a tier 4 ship, but man, I'm having a hard time loving Hawkins again. I didn't like it on PC. I'm not liking it on Legends very much. I know that line gets better as you move up. But anyway, not having a ton of fun with that. So that's what we're focusing on tonight. Again, I did release on Monday of this week, I think it was Monday, a quick update video on YouTube which covered kind of everything but Limit Breaker. So 5 things from this latest update that I think people should consider and think about. And I think it's actually kudos to WG with regard to the fact that they're trying. I think Hitman said this on his stream. They are trying to address player feedback. And I know some people are going to go, well, I didn't ask for carriers. That's not addressing player feedback. That's just ruining the game. Well, you're going to have those non-carrier loving people in every group. Just like there's one of those people in every village, as they say. George Carlin, I think, used to say that, the comedian. So, yeah. CVs may not be everybody's cup of tea, but they're here to stay. We've got to get to come to grips with that if you're going to peacefully coexist with this game, at least part of the time. And why give up the game because the game has changed, right? Find a way to change and adapt with the game. And that's... I don't want to wax poetic. It's just Wednesday night, right? But that's kind of life in general. Roll with change. The only constant is change. It's a goofy saying, but damn, it's true. And the less you accept change, the more difficult your life is going to be. So, all right, enough of the deep thoughts of VannKraken. Hey, we're going to jump into Hawkins. I'm going to jump back over here to my chat. I have to push all these buttons streaming from my PC to see the different chats now. So who else is in here? Thanks, Hitman. Yeah, Dark is PS4. Dark is PS4. I say he'd be great to platoon with you too. So crossplay. I saw a note on the cover page from, what is it, Tommy Boy puts out a lot of YouTube content. Did someone see something along the lines that crossplay is being talked about again? I know they've said they're working on it. So I'm hoping. I am staying optimistic about that, Dark. Samuel, how are you? The game has changed, but the players are the same. Yes, but the complaints have migrated to something slightly new. But hey, if you're not complaining about carriers, you're complaining about destroyers, the same group of people, right? And the thing is, I mean, if you didn't like being perma-spotted by destroyers and having no counter, think of it this way. Now the destroyers have a counter. Because the way WG is explaining the carrier existence is that they are actually not meant to be massive direct damage dealers. I think that the damage has been ticked up a little bit. I saw someone post like a 80,000 damage carrier game on my Xbox group, Warships group, I think, which I hadn't seen a score that high anytime during Airstrike or so far yet in Standard. So they've ticked up, but it's not massive direct damage dealing. So I think WG is doing that correctly. They've talked more about a supportive role and a spotting role. So people who want to get better will adapt and change. And Hitman says basically the same thing. It's absolutely true. And I would agree with Hitman that crossplay, for some of the people in this room, like the fact that I've never gotten to play a game with John Dark is, it's a big miss. Or with, you know, Kennedy or a lot of the other folks. Cody, you know, you've been wiped out. That we can't play games with people that we really enjoy in the community. I think it's a big deal for the longevity of the game, frankly, to have crossplay put in. It's not just a feature. It's a huge benefit of being able to play with all the cool people you're meeting in the community. So crossplay as a concept is great, having people from the other side in your games, but when you can't fully connect with those people, it's almost like a miss, right? I think it will get rectified. I have faith it will get rectified. You can program anything if you want to hard enough. But it may take a little while. Alright, if I totally watch chat right now, I'm gonna die so fast. This is a concentration ship, man. It's like, it seems like I can't murder a Hawkins when I'm playing against them, but man, my Citadel aches after playing this ship. Dark says, otherwise others will just complain and hope to get attention. Yeah, there's a lot of that too. There's a lot of that too. And again, I mean, I understand people being upset if they love a game the way it is and it's a bummer, but for those of us who have come from the PC side of things, always known where things were likely going, right? The Orion's firing at me, so let's see if he hits me. It's firing HE. Okay. Königsberg Gray's us. Wait for that last fire to come in. Maybe slip behind the smoke. I do like having the heal. That's the upside to having a really horrific Citadel. It's having the heal. So where are people at on this line? I have to imagine Hitman's been playing this line because it's British. I know Zai was. Zai was one of the first players I platooned with. He's actually pretty far up the line. Samuel, you've been playing it, right? This feels the most like battleshipy of any cruiser line with regard to the heel dynamics, the sluggishness of the rudder, the fact that it's, as you go up the line, supposed to be tankier, right? A bit, or at least just have staying power. And I have been a bit lazy with ammo choices. I've been firing a lot of HE in this boat just because the AP doesn't seem to be very good. Hello, Furataka. Oh, you're this side of the island. And you look up and you have no team left. Isn't that funny? So this is a Jinx ship for me too. It's cursed ship. Meaning if you look at my win rate in this ship right now, it's really probably one of my lowest. Because it seems like I always get a disorganized team in this boat. So I try not to associate it with the boat. Because I remember on my second PC account, I got a second Scharnhorst. And I know that I'm good at Scharnhorst on PC, and I know I love that ship. But on my second account, I started out so hellaciously on it. I think I went like 1-11. And it wasn't the ship. It was just the run of statistics and the circumstances. You've really liked Surrey so far. Memorable games. Albemarle is still stock. Okay, so you're way up there now. I remember you saying you had progressed. Let's get some torps out. I'm not gonna just mail it in. I never mail it in. Even when it's painful. I wish we had more than 2 torpedoes per side, too. It's like, you get cool single-fire torpedoes, but you only have 2. Go away, Omaha. Okay. Let's see if we get the Omaha to turn out. He would warrant some AP. We have to be able to hit the Omaha Citadel broadside with the AP in this boat, right? He's going to turn sideways to get his guns on me right now. Ugh. Come on. Oh, he's turning back. I don't think I can Citadel him on an angle. Alright, we'll go back to HE. So, where's my CV sending planes? Ah, now he's side on again. Okay, we're gonna heal. I've seemingly been nothing but chased in this ship for a week. Haven't been playing that many games in it. And we're getting relatively close now. I don't know how to pronounce Devonshire properly. Oh crap, now there's another one. Who's this? Svetlana? You're low health, let's pick on you. And let's kite the Omaha. Can we live long enough? They're not capping us out. Oh, we have just single base. Yeah, they are capping us out. I'm gonna have to switch to the other side to reset. Meanwhile, I'm gonna get slaughtered here. Put me out of my misery, please. Especially the rate of fire on this boat when you're fighting like 3 ships. It just stinks, man. There we go. Thank you. Ugh! Hitman says the moaners usually the poor players who don't have the skills and refuse to adapt. And then they go on to become the people who are the worst people in chat when they're salty, who claim they know everything. And they usually are the people who don't. Uh-oh. The bot got someone. Organa. How are you, man? Thanks for keeping posting all those cool pictures in the Discord, by the way. So Samuel said you need to give it some more time before you decide. And then, yeah, Hitman, we're talking about people who don't adapt. Learn strengths and weaknesses of your ships for sure. Almost every ship can be played well once you get to know it well enough. My results in this boat are going up a lot damage-wise. Obviously, it's hard to get high damage scores when your whole team evaporates and it's just you at the end versus 3 or 4 ships, but still, much better overall. Arcana's a professional moaner. I won't ask in what context. I didn't mention at the top of the stream, but we like to keep it family friendly here, so. Ugh. Small-sided games make it a little tougher too. And that's another thing that I just, in this video that I put together on YouTube about the patch, we're gonna go again, was just realizing, you know, lots of moaning. There was moaning an hour or 2 hours after the patch dropped on Monday, last Monday, about how terrible things were, that the carriers were messing up the matchmaking, how it was ruining the games. Like, we're like 3 or 4 hours into a patch, dudes. So it's going to take a little while to shake out. It's just like after a campaign when 8,000 people are driving the campaign ship. It thins out after a couple weeks. But yeah, the moaning level has been pretty high. Hitman says, British Cruiser Line is difficult to play and grind out. You are to tier 7, but it was painful. A high level of skill. Yeah, it's definitely a situational awareness line because you can't turn as rapidly and get yourself out of trouble. I think they said it in the original little patch review about, in the small 15-second blurb about the British heavy cruisers, I think they mentioned that it's more like chess than a lot of the other cruiser lines. That's true in general for the game, but I think because these ships move a little slower, again, that's why to me they feel like they play almost like a battleship with the flimsiness of a cruiser. Because Because you can get yourself into trouble really easy and you can't get yourself out of it too fast. I mean, look at this. This is upgraded now, and turning is not strong. I haven't tried to set up behind an island. Oh, can't do that with bombers. The other natural thing in this patch, you'll notice now it's a lot harder for planes to park behind terrain and just terrain snipe. Because if you're stationary, you're going to get torpedoed really easy. I should probably not be going this close in, but again, it is a smaller sided game. Oh, we're up against tier 3s, but even a tier 3 battleship can hurt me. Dark would prefer something challenging rather than easy. Absolutely. It's why I like this game so much. It's why I like World of Tanks a lot, honestly. Oh, fellow Hawkins Sufferer, how are you, my friend? Low skill floor, right? Easy to jump in and start. High skill ceiling to do really well. And that's why there's certain... I'm really digging the Ochakov. I know if Cleve jumps into the chat, he'll make fun of me about that I said I didn't like it. Never said I didn't like it. My point with it was that it wasn't going to be easy for new players to play. So being a campaign and reward ship, I think where a lot of people are unlocking something, odds are there would be a lot of salty people about the difficulty level to play it. But man, it's super fun. It's very frenetic, though. This reload, too. It's hard to get high damage scores in this game just with the slow reload. Learn in life that having difficult things, it strengthens you and helps you learn what your potential is. It also helps you appreciate things more, right? The things that are hard, you appreciate when you achieve them or when you get them. Versus if everything were easy and the baseline was always like, oh, that's no big deal. Everybody can get that. Everybody can do that. It's like my wife when I starting our own business and being successful at it ultimately. It's been cool. I mean, I knew we could do it, but when you look back in the rearview mirror at all the stuff you've accomplished, it's just, you know, it's the stuff on your tombstone. You say I took the path less traveled, and therefore that made all the difference. Isn't that the favorite word or favorite poem line? I was just chatting with a guy from my old company. I worked at a very large biotechnology company, top 50 company in the world, Fortune 50, and left it to open some pet stores. I didn't tell people exactly what I was doing because they probably thought I was crazy, but I always wanted to start my own business from when I was young. And my wife and I went and did that. And that particular fellow I hadn't talked to for quite a while, and he was saying he had left the big company too and went and did something completely unexpected about 5 years after I left, and how happy he was for me and how happy he was that he had made that choice too, to go take the harder, less traveled road, and how it had really worked out well for him, and he was super glad that he did it. But it was a hard decision to make. I said we weren't going to get all philosophical, but there we go. There I go again. Okay. I would turn to get more guns on the pod. I was just kind of worried about the battleship. It's the New York. Come on, buddy. Let's get those guns on target. Podvoisky meme ship deluxe, high speed, terrible turning radius, wall of torpedoes. Okay, he's gonna slow down when he turns. Let's see if we can punish him for that. Doesn't bleed a lot of speed in turns, not as much as other DDs does, but he thinks we're gonna go wander into his torpedo range, and I'm trying not to do that. Hopefully I'm not running into an island soon. I killed a ship in the Hawkins.
Sweet.
Hey, 5 Jumps, how are you? So Hitman says the new campaign ship is a great ship, well worth the investment. And yes, I'm completely jealous. I saw it on Sunday that you have it in your port. think I mentioned that when you had to step out for a second. I'm super excited about it. I love the Mogami. I like the Japanese cruisers, even though I don't play them a lot. I've punished myself by playing Azuma on stream lately. That's if you're feeling really good about yourself and you want to be knocked down a peg, play a few Azuma games. It's good at that. Adjusting expectations. But I've always liked the Japanese cruiser lines. So the Mogami 155 is one of my favorite ships on the PC side of the game. I played it a lot. So I'm super excited about it, even though some people probably think it's redundant. If they haven't really dug into it, or maybe they're not cruiser players. But it could be a more fun cruiser player for someone who doesn't really enjoy playing a ship like Cleveland, which is really just kind of a rate of fire and radar ship. You've got the whole element of the torpedoes and the good concealment on the Suzuya, which give it a couple different ways, along with Mogami, that you can play the ship. Where is this Hawkins going? Oh, okay. My battleship is getting chased. So, always good to scan the minimap occasionally, eh? See if we can make this Isokaze regret this decision. Battleship, just angle away from him. Do not give him your broadside to get your guns on target. I'm going to help you. Thankfully, he doesn't have the angle. Now he's firing torpedoes. Quite obvious when he's firing his torpedoes. Let's hit our hydroacoustic or sonar 1 for the benefit of the Texas. Texas, don't go sideways to him right now. We're going to try to ferret the dude out. 5 jumps. My week is going pretty good so far. How are you? Thanks for coming back in, my friend. I appreciate it very much. Okay, where is this DD? Okay, now we'll activate our sonar. I want to get a little bit closer. Still gonna try to stay kind of bow into the smoke. Because there's torps that are likely to come out of that smoke soon, right?
Torpedoes, direct front.
Like now.
Torpedoes, dead ahead.
Oh, we're gonna have to try to go between these. Can we do it? Hawkins! Crazy rudder shift. Not really. Do like that we have the wing turrets, though. Just trying to discern a pattern in his turns. He's just weaving back and forth. Isokaze reloads really quick. A little higher.
Torpedoes, a third.
Really shouldn't take this many hits to kill a Japanese DD at tier 3. That's why the Hawkins guns troll me, man. Is it just me? Oh, and he stole my kill! I saved him and he stole my kill. Bastard. Are we in arena mode? I'd be really mad if I was in arena mode right now. That's what you get for going and helping your battleship out. They steal your kill. You know I need XP to get out of this ship. And he killed another. Kill-stealed another one. Kill-stealed. Kill-stealed. Kill-stoled. Kill-stole. Early bird gets the worm. Oh, Hitman, you're an early riser generally. Arcana going back said test ship Zhao next legendary along with Des Moines. Really? You think so? Be pretty sweet additions. be interesting how much nerfage would go on. How did our our carrier is dead, huh? We have no caps. Yeah, I've been back here hitting ships and not realizing we have 0 caps. I'm a good player. Talking, not paying attention. Was that a too close to arm situation? We're getting our standard 45,000 damage. Hey, I would be pretty cool about Zhao, Des Moines. Be excited to see Hindenburg one of these days. That's a really fun ship, guys. Yeah, at least if they're gonna kill steal, it'd be nice if it was in a win. I'm just gonna leave him to fend for himself back there, but it's not gonna matter. We kind of got corralled there by the way the enemies were pushing, and none of our guys were, or our guys died. What happened to our destroyers? I don't know how we had 2 battleships die. Our global XP. Yeah, I'm just joking about Arena. I know what level of salt is in there from what I've been seeing. People waiting till the very end to shoot. So, what service were you in, Hitman? Samu, you did play some Arena today, and the kill stealing playstyle is real. Yeah, I said it in the Discord, and I just don't understand who's making the decisions at WG. Like last time on the steal, from stealing or steal to stealing, and now with the you know, kills for the metric for the first round. At least it's only a week, and then it goes back to XP. I just don't know what they're thinking when they're doing that stuff. Well, we keep being the winning player on a crap team. But hey, we're making progress. So that's what I look at when I have games that aren't going well team-wise. I'm at least performing individually. And we got 700 free XP, global XP in that game. That was enough for that task alone. So what are we on? We should be on Commander XP to finish out Endurance. Ugh, there's no way I'm gonna be catching up on this. Catching up on this somehow. 7,000 Commander XP. How much do I dislike myself? Do we go Hawkins again? Let's go Iron Duke. Let's go Iron Duke. Let's go. Whoops, we don't need triple global XP. We need triple Commander XP. Okay. Orion's gets to be a little bit of a beastie once you get it upgraded. This ship is stock, but I still had some good games. The British battleship line is strong. Honestly, I'm not a big Monarch fan, but Monarch is a lot stronger on Legends than on PC from everything I've seen. And it's one of the few lines. Monarch is the dog to me on PC, but it's not terrible. It's not horrific. This is really a line that doesn't have a lot of really abysmal or boring ships to play. It's one reason I like it a lot. Royal Navy, Royal Marine Commando. Wow. That's awesome, man. Thank you for your service. So yeah, you have that getting up early programmed into you then. Yeah, like I said, that I was pretty close to doing the Navy thing. One reason I've been so interested in it. I have my book sitting over there, back there on the shelf, from a famous U.S. Marine pilot, Greg Boyington, that I've talked about before. He was probably the most famous U.S. Marine pilot of World War II. popular television show called Baba Black Sheep when I was 8 or 9 years old that I watched religiously. And that's why I started making models of the Corsair, the F4U. And then it wound up that growing up near me, we had this really cool organization that flew a bunch of World War II planes, restored them, and flew them live at their air shows, called the Planes of Fame Museum in Chino, California. They merged with another group that was called the Confederate Air Force. Now they're the Commemorative Air Force. Between those two organizations, they probably have as many flyable World War II aircraft as anybody, including at the time the world's only flying Japanese Zero. They had a Spitfire that either they owned or would show up at their air shows, which it was very hard to see Spitfires. Why are you guys all going on the outside? So it's very cool. So I was not only interested in the planes from seeing them on TV, but getting to see them up close at the air shows was fantastic. Went to the Reno air races as a kid, which is a huge thing. All different classes of aircraft doing these amazing air races. It's a very famous event in aviation in the US. That, along with Oshkosh, which is the Experimental Aircraft Association fly-in in Wisconsin, which I never got to go to. Hey, Bussy, how's it going, my friend? How's your streams? Yeah, it's been fun so far. I wish I could do longer than 2 hours tonight, but I have to do some early work in the morning, relatively. And like I said, if you need any help or anything, you've been good asking the questions. Just drop more questions in my Discord with regard to streaming. Totally happy to help. I have this funky, crazy PC setup, which is why I forget to turn my mic back on or forget to change scenes occasionally, but it's getting better. All right, Arcana, have a good one. Whoa, no. Decelerate a little bit. Devonshire is going to try to torp me. Ugh, overpenned him, didn't we? 6 times. 6 times a charm. Hey, let's hit our accuracy booster on our secondaries. Why not? Why not? I would. Doesn't seem like I'm getting a lot of help here. God, there's... Okay, say. There's someone else who's really broadside to me. Oh my gosh, look at B. I'm gonna get murdered by all these ships in B. Oh no. Okay, let's flip our guns. I'm gonna look left, hold down my gun lock button, which zooms us out, and allows you to look around as much as you want. And if you keep holding down that button, your guns will rotate in the direction that you were looking when you originally held down your button. Okay, you keep coming back towards me, Aoba. You're gonna show me your broadside? No, okay. We'll go ahead and fire off a salvo. See if we can get our front turrets around. This is the biggest thing to manage probably in the lower tier British battleships is slow turret rotation. The Warspite was one of my earlier premiums I had on PC, and the turret traverse used to be so horrendously slow that you had to do a bulk of your main battery manipulation with turning your hull, actually. Okay, this guy thinks he's going to get around the corner and torp us. He will try. So we're going to have to just angle away from him. The torps are going to come out almost perpendicular in Aoba. The problem is, to get my guns on this guy, I'm going to have to get in torp danger slightly. There they are. Night Gwen. Okay, we got him now. Can we just turn our butt out of the way of the torps? So knowing this is one thing, if you get some cruiser play in, if you get some destroyer play in eventually, unlike me, you learn the torpedo angles on the various ships and you can pretty much read when they're going to fire their torpedoes off and therefore dictate your exit angles on turns, or exit headings on turns, when you're evading ships that you know have torpedoes and are making torpedo runs on you. Oh my god! What is up? Now that Omaha is going to be torping us. Damn. This is crazy. Hey, thank you for the follow. Hold on, let me see if I'm going to get killed by this wild Omaha. This is nuts. Oh, we got a battleship right past the Omaha. Awesome. Okay, let's activate our... Oh, he's going to turn to the other side, try to torp us out the other side. I'm going to overturn my turrets a little. Oh, no, you're not. We're going to take one. Okay, that could have been a lot worse. I'm not a big ramming fan, but this is a perfect time to try to ram. Unfortunately, I don't know that we're going to have the speed to intercept the West Virginia. And plus, he may just murder me with his amazing guns before I can get to him anyway. Oh, what happened there? Dump our shots in the water. Okay, a little bit of angle. Ooh, that's a good bounce. Ugh, I wish I had the engine upgrade right now. Need to aim a little higher. Come on, damage control. Okay, we'll turn our guns. Ugh, if we hadn't caught on fire, we had a really good chance of ramming him. No! Ah! Dang it. Yeah, I was totally going for the ram, Samuel. If I didn't catch on fire, I think I would have caught him. So, Sir Mateo, 95, thank you so much for the follow. Very, very much appreciated. Sorry, it's a little bit of a crazy night. We're waxing very philosophical early on, telling people all about my childhood. Don't mean to be going there. It's been kind of a crazy, frenetic day. So let's see, Five Jump says, the only piston aircraft you've seen yourself were on the World War II craft on the Hornet and the Midway. I've gotten to see Hawker, Hawker Hurricanes didn't have radial engines, but I did see Hawker Sea Furies fly. So I was talking about the Reno Air Races. So the Reno Air Races in Reno, Nevada, USA, have this group of classes. They go all the way from kind of little home-built kit type planes that go maybe 120, 130 miles an hour, all the way up to the Unlimiteds, which are basically warbirds from World War II that have, or slightly post World War II, that have been completely modified from their original state. So usually they chop the wings down, put in bigger engines, and just completely pimp them out to make them fast. So you'd see P-51s. There was a Hawker Sea Fury that had been modified, which was really, really fast. It was one of the best planes at the time I was watching the air races because the radial engine was so powerful on that. I think it was a Pratt & Whitney R4360, if I remember that off the top of my head correctly. So got to see a few neat of those radial engines with those twin cylinder setups. It's very cool. Betsy, time out. That's why you're keeping it simple for now. All my buttons, yeah. I'm kind of old, so sometimes I make mistakes. I get corrected by the chat quickly, though, which is nice. Hey, we got a win! And this boat is fun, man. This boat's just going to get better. West Virginia's secondaries are too good when you get that close. Yeah, and the main batteries are amazing. So, I was happy actually to do what we did. Hey, we got all of our... I'm not driving premium ships here for the weekly Havoc. We're driving tech tree ships, and shows you can use your boosters. And look at that. We got 14,000 almost Commander XP off that game. Top the team. That was pretty fun killing that Omaha. Well, and the Aova. Both of them think they're going to torp you, and then I like it when you can take out DDs like the last game too, or when you take out destroyers in a battleship, because they're not expecting you to be situationally aware. So, but yes, Sir Mateo, thanks again for the follow. Very much appreciated. Yeah, pretty good game. If we lived a little longer, it would have been cool, but... All right, so what do we want to do next? Let's do... I'm not going to bore you guys by watching me limp through Hawkins. What is... We're awfully close, though. Look at that. We're getting there. Making progress. Again, I've been putting in a couple games a day, just trying to get first win bonus on it. And there's one of Hitman's favorite ships, except I don't have the cool Paisley camo. That is a fun boat. I'm at New Mexico. That needs to be... No, does that need to be ground? I think I've unlocked Colorado. I just haven't bought Colorado. I have PTSD from Colorado on... I shouldn't use that term because that's not really true. Only people who have real exposure to things worse than I do get to use that term, but I have bad memories from playing Colorado on PC when it was pre-buff. It was so slow. Get Colorado. All right, let's buy Colorado and play a stop. Whoa, 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 whoa. No, no, no. Get out. Sorry, hit too many buttons. All right, I've been meaning to do it. I'm just not a massive Iowa fan. It's not like I have any desire, honestly, to get to Iowa all that fast. Especially now that it's been nerfed, right? Silent nerf. I used to have a ton of credits. I'm burning through all my credits. Okay. I think we need to go for... Really? That's what's on this slot? Hey, Hitman, thank you. Have a great one. Take care. Thank you for stopping by as always, and for what you did for me on your channel. Very much appreciated. He is Everman's favorite uncle. Hardest working streamer in World of Warships Legends, right? Okay. You're saying you don't think Iowa's as good as it used to be either. So, what do we take here, Dark? Doesn't seem like we want to take traverse speed. But secondaries are not a huge feature of the US battleship, so I'm thinking AA guns. It's only 200,000 credits. I'm going to take the AA mod, which is how I would do most of my American battleships anyway. I feel like we've got to do damage control because we're going to get set on fire like crazy. And so, okay, here's my beef. We should have the concealment modification system here. We just should. I guess the benefit of this thing is torpedo detectability, but you realize we're going to buy a bunch of these things and then they're going to release that concealment mod for more battleships, and I'm going to have to change it out on everything. So as I have on other battleships, I'm just going to go without that one right now. Form of protest. Oh, crap. Okay, so what I want to put in along with crossplay divisions is I want them to give us some kind of option to fix the carousel. Please. Please, please. Okay. And Willis is for secondaries. Sims is for everything else. That's at least my rule of thumb. Look at that. I didn't even look. I was channeling you, John. Okay. Gotta have a flag. Gotta have some kind of camo. I can't run naked ships. I just don't. I want to put the faster speed boost, but I only have 33 of those. So let's do that booster. And are we good? I think we're good. Okay. And then, sorry, checking missions. It's kills, right? It's kills. Flooding 15 times means I need to play some DDs. And 12 citadels. Okay. Grief. I have work to do. I will probably be streaming tomorrow night, though it's not my normal night, just because I'm going to have to get stuff done. And if I do, that means I'm going to be playing Destroyers on stream, which is going to be a disaster. Something's got to give. I'll either play horribly or the chat won't get noticed. Chiefs, what's up, man? How are you? Hey, I was thinking about you today. Let me back up on chat really quick. 5Gem says, what happened to Iowa? Oh, just Spartan Elite 43, well-known streamer, YouTuber, put out a video on Iowa saying he thinks that it was stealth nerfed, like soft stats on the guns, and it's less accurate. And there's various feelings going on around the community about whether that's the case or not. Yeah, that's kind of what's going on with Iowa. I don't have it, so I can't tell you. I don't know before and after. Chiefs, I've spent a good part of today putting together a video on Siegfried, and you may have a very small cameo in that Siegfried video. No one will notice, but me. Maybe you. If you happen to watch a Siegfried video that will come out next Monday, I'm kind of doing them a week apart. You may see, if you have a sharp eye, a very small cameo from you.
Battle starts.
Oh, you got COVID? I'm sorry, man. I just got my second vaccination not too long ago. So you just been at home and resting and fluids and that stuff? Sucks especially to catch it now when, you know, we're starting to build up. It's going to be a while, but we're starting to build up some population immunity. It might be. You may have got me on that one, but again, because you're like behind a mountain, no one's even going to notice your name on the icon. I was just trolling a lot of the footage I had. It's a very short clip. It might be that. You'll have to watch and see. It's interesting when you put it together, a video on a ship, and you spend a lot of time thinking through it, and not just I'm going to sail around and make comments type of video. Dark is putting a lot more, I think, thought into his commentary and laying out important things about the ship, characteristics, all that stuff. I think some people that make videos just kind of sail around and talk. But this video that I'm doing on Siegfried's a lot more kind of solutions oriented. It's focusing on 3 things that people can do to try to play Siegfried more effectively. It's just really interesting when you play a ship for a decent number of games. I probably played maybe 20 or 30 games in it altogether on stream and just off stream to try to get some stuff together for footage. And just, you can't really judge a ship until you've had enough time to get to know it. I have high explosive loaded, by the way, which is dumb. Okay. Oh my. Well, my target's gone. Nice torps by that destroyer, by the way. Oh, you got symptoms first day you got the shot. Oh, man. It's kind of weird because I was coming back from a soccer tournament the day before I got my first shot. And it turns out that the player, one of my daughter's friends, one of the players that happened to be on our flight the day after a lot of other people left, that girl wound up testing positive for COVID, and we had been with her in the airport. Thankfully, I just completely spaced checking in on Southwest, so we were in C, not in A or B. If we were in A or B, we probably would have sat with those people on the plane. And because I vegged my check-in, we didn't sit with them. So, didn't wind up that we got sick. But I was a little worried about it as well. And I'm not as young as some of you young bucks on here, so... You know, you get a little older, you start thinking about mortality a little bit more. Especially when you see people that are younger that can get pretty sick from this stuff. So I hope you recover quickly. Yeah, minimum 10 games, Dark. And if it's a tech tree ship, minimum 10 if it's a premium that comes with all the modules. And a bunch more if it's a ship of the line. This DD is, oh my god, he's on fire. Holy crap. He's annihilating these guys. What kind of... Icarus. Aw, single fire torpedoes. Okay, broadside Nelson. We'll be on fire here very shortly. Ah! You know the cruiser's behind the rocks. He's gonna try to torp us or something.
That's how it's done.
Dang it. Well, I knew we'd be on fire soon. So with US battleships, damage control is pretty important. Just understand the dynamics of it. Really don't use your damage control party, you know, the fire extinguisher guy, unless you have 2 fires. Or a flood is worse. It takes longer to fix it. You'll drain a lot more hit points out on flooding. So wait till all the planes that are... that's an important thing. Wait till all the torpedo planes are done attacking you before you do your heal on your flood, because you don't want to heal it and then have another plane come back and torpedo you again. Same with fires, really. Don't put out the first fire generally, and sometimes I won't put out the second fire until I know the planes are flying away or they're all shot down. Because sure enough, you do it on the first one, or you do it before the planes are done bombing you, then they wind up setting another fire on you with the last plane alive. So managing damage control is super important in the US battleships because there's such a big target above the waterline. Ugh. So easy to hit. And just tend to get set on fire really easily. Five Gem says, can't pretend to be biased. The Farragut can help you put a dent in the Citadel's mission and let you chip in on the flooding as well. You know, Arcana said that last time, and thank you for reminding me. That's a great idea. U.S. destroyer AP against cruiser broadsides can be devastating. Low-tier cruisers. And obviously you have that rate of fire on those guns. Oh, he missed him! Come on, dude! What are you doing? You only dev struck 2 ships. Got cocky. Okay. I wish the secondaries were better on the US line. I didn't buff the secondaries, I buffed the AA. There's a Nelson shooting AP like Hitman was the other day, which is smart in a Nelson. Oh, they have very weak side armor, especially the bow. If you shoot further back on a Nelson, the armor belt is pretty strong, but if you shoot that first third by the bow, that's what happens. They pop. So I knew we were going to give up some damage there by turning enough to get my back turrets onto him, but I wanted to have a chance. So while the US battleships are slow, they're sluggish, they accumulate a lot of damage, which you need to manage carefully. They also have the best guns on average across the tiers. They have more guns typically, and just harder hitting guns on average than any other line. So They're good all-around ships, but when you're a new player and you don't understand positioning, one of the first lines I ground out was the U.S. battleship line. I'd always find myself way on the edge of the map wondering, like, why can't I get back to where the battle's ending? It's because I'd always be so far out of the fight. You have no chance of getting all the way across the map. So I tend to support the spawn that I'm closest to, but I'm watching the mini-map, and if there's a chance that I have to flex back to the other side to help support the other side or the middle, I would do that sooner rather than later. In this battle, we had a big upper hand, so it wasn't so much of an issue. But you have to watch your positioning in the U.S. battleships. If you're going to support a cap and the battle is 50-50 for a while, you're probably going to stay more to the center side of that cap on the flank, not all the way on the 1 or 2 line or the 9 or 10 line. So Dark, that was not too bad for the maiden voyage. Unfortunately, that Icarus stole all the thunder, man. If I could give him kudos like on the PC version, I'd be giving him a thumbs up because he did really well. Catch up here. Russian battleships are, yeah, also have good guns too. Let me go back here. Bussy said, Siegfried for me is getting the angles right on it, simply because a destroyer can pen it through its nose. The gist of my video you'll see on the 3 points is that it's neither fish nor fowl. It's not a battleship. It's not a cruiser in my mind. It's the guns of a battleship on a cruiser hull. So you have to play the armor like it's a cruiser at all times. You can never really let your guard down unless you're 1v1. But still, if you give much broadside, you can just get devastated by any battleship, and even by a ship like another Siegfried or a Baltimore or something like that. Or I got wrecked by, I put it in the video, me getting completely wrecked by 2 Edinburghs. Smaller caliber AP, but there were 2 of them in a division, and they melted me in like 15 seconds, 20 seconds. So, yeah, it's a tough ship, but used situationally properly, it can be really powerful. But yeah, the angles are really important. And it's Tactic Angel was on one night when I was playing. So like, don't aim your bow straight at your target. It's more like a 45-degree angle for your angling. So been trying to do that more. Gotten some good results on it, but I've had some really tough games too. And you can't carry if your team stinks. It's just not going to happen. And John saying Russian battleships are for higher skill, probably for that same reason on angling. The guns are good and they get better and better the closer you get to your target, but they also have very, very weak side armor, just kind of like that example with the Nelson. They have very strong bows, but very weak side armor. Chief says having very limited DC, or maybe just limited activity. Is that what you mean? Thank you, Dark. Guy, I killed a ship. First game out. Bussy, 1v1, v1, v1 arena game. Those are the first games I played in arena last time. We're all 1 on each team. It was me and my DeGrasse versus like 4 Devonshires. Thank you. Not bad first game. Chief says Vlad is his favorite BB so far by a long shot. Yeah, it's strong. And that's what's I played one more game yesterday morning in Siegfried. I was just looking for something and I had a really good game, like 125,000 damage, high caliber, and I just nuked. It wasn't a dev strike, but I nuked with 2 citadels, so I took like the last third of a damage of a Vlad and killed him. And that was awesome, because that's hard to do for, in a Siegfried versus a Vlad. They're just a tough ship. Then IGN is more snipers, true. Oh, superstructure. You're talking about, yeah. If you can, if you're close enough, you're Fiji. You can test it. I know the Edinburgh can pen through the belt. So try it in the the Fiji if you can. Fiji might be a little tougher. Superstructure should definitely work though too. Ooh, let's get this guy tagged. All right, well, first battle out. So we need kills, we need floods. The hell? Oh, let's do the Farragut. What the hey? I have not played this ship forever. Okay, you guys, if I full potato. It's been a while since I played any DDs. I don't try to be a pro player on stream, and I don't put anywhere in my about me that I'm a pro player. I don't name myself the high anything king. I'm situationally a good player, not as good in destroyers, for sure. So first thing I'm going to do is write down. I'm just total nerd on I may or may not have been referencing that, Dark. I don't want to talk. I'm not talking down or about in a negative way any other streamer. Anyone who takes the effort to do this, I have respect for. I just also chuckle whenever I see any gamer tag that's like Slaughterer 45 and you just nuke them in 30 seconds. I mean, I know that could have been their gamer tag from another game or something like that, but I just always laugh when people have inflated titles. And I like to kill them. Okay, so I always write down my detectability and my torpedo range. And that's the thing about Farragut, right? Is we're not really trying to be a torpedo boat as much as we are a gunboat with situational torpedoes. Because we have no stealth torpedo window.
All stations, concentrate fire on the target.
And, well, that's going to be the challenge at this tier, isn't it, right now? Because we're not getting fully loaded games. So we're going to have less chance to get our Citadel hits on cruisers because there's probably not going to be as many. Well, there's just not as many total ships on a team. Oh, Bus, yeah, I have no qualms about him at all. I just think it's kind of funny. I think the name's funny. What's this guy going to do? Let's not fire at him. Let's not let him think. Don't mind me. Nothing going on here. These are speed boost. So when I play destroyers, I don't try to go die in the first cap. It's just not something that I'm about. Don't let him dodge all those. Take one, would you? Take one for me? Oh my. Bit passionate about the game, but he always gives advice when I ask in his streams. That's awesome. And there are a lot of people who are like, I've been playing this game so long. When I first got into tanks, I mean, man, and ultimately the first part of ships 4 years ago, I mean, they heated debates on the forum boards and stuff. It's crazy. The World of Tanks community on PC was insane. I've told you guys before on stream, but I used to go into this website called Watt Labs, World of Tanks Labs, and they were some of the cockiest bastards you could ever imagine. It was pre-streaming, really. Not many people streamed back then. It was just YouTube videos. But it was nuts how demeaning these people would be to people who were not as good at them at the game. It was crazy. Just never wanted to be like that. Okay. Maybe we can situationally, now that New York is headed away. For the sake of my team, I should be prioritizing getting this cap, shouldn't I? Okay, so you might have to use your manual selector to...
Engine boost deactivated.
to pick the ship that you're interested in. You're not gonna make that so easy on me, are you? Hey, I got a flood! Woo! Did he tort me? Okay, he's trying. He did that amazing dodge the first time, and then he just came right around the corner that time. Oop, I don't want to leave my smoke yet. What am I doing? Again, noob at destroyer mistakes. I should be loading up high explosive and setting this Congo on fire, but instead I'm dorking around. It will shock you when I say that I actually own a Fletcher, and I ground up the Fletcher line from the bottom. I just have not played a lot of games in Fletcher. And the smoke lasts forever. Congo got pinned. Okay, do we have the cap? Okay. It's close, pretty close. One cap to one cap. We probably capped out a little earlier, so... Oh no, they did. They have a points lead. Yeah, we got delayed. So, piece of information that's important is the destroyer is on the other side of A, so I don't have to worry about getting sneaky detected. I should probably just bonsai rush this New York, shouldn't I? Or do I want to do sneaky? He's gonna turn. I probably should have gone around the other side. Okay. Well, let's hope he's not the best shot. We're going in.
Accelerate to attack speed.
We're going to use our reverse kiting skills. So looks like he's starting to turn out, so I'm going to put the first a little wide of the band and the second kind of on the band. Now let's be evasive. Speed boost. Making him try to turn his turrets, which we know from the last game they're kind of slow on a US battleship. Couple hits. So with a destroyer, if you've got a couple hits and you might have caused flooding, which looks like we got a flood, you can seal the deal by setting him on fire, right? Because he used his damage control, most likely. Okay. Okay, that was a good tip on the Farragut. Who had the Farragut tip? I have not played this ship in so long. And I was like, I don't like having no stealth torpedo window. Let's see, so, okay, let's head central. Let's see if we can grab B. Busty said there's a guy who doesn't stream. If you ever want any DD advice, call Bravo Foxtrot. Cool. See, I think I saw him on, or in chat on Hitman stream, right? He does stream, or does he do YouTube, or? Yeah, I mean, this is a fun line, 5 jumps. If you, I coming from the cruiser side of the house, I like that it's more primarily a gunboat, kind of a balanced line. The shocker for me is that my favorite DDs I've played by far is the British destroyer line. And I have Lightning unlocked, but I haven't played it. So that might be something I have to do maybe tomorrow night, is outfit Lightning and take that out. Love the Jervis. I loved the Acasta. I had a really good time
Engine boost deactivated.
in almost every British destroyer that I've played so far. So Lightning, I'm hoping, is going to be the same. That's the funny thing, Bussy, is like I've watched a lot of videos on destroyer play and I've read a lot about it. And I know for the most part what I should do. I just don't have the honed instincts on it. Like when I got out of smoke and didn't immediately start shooting at that Congo. I need to play him more. Okay, their DD is still alive, so, and he could be in the area. So we have to be careful about getting spotted by him. Like now. Where is he? Whoops, he's like, oh, he's way over here. We should be able to outgun a Japanese destroyer. That's the big advantage we have. It's gonna smoke. I want this cap. So I'm gonna angle my butt away from where he is twerping most likely. Spotted by the planes, that kind of stinks. Who put carriers in this game? Ruining the game. Okay, looks like our CV is on the Wyoming. Okay. Got the cap. I'm gonna hazard leaving it. Whoa. Okay, those must be from a plane, eh? Let's do this. Crap, I probably should have saved. I'll save one for the battleship. You're at the Acasta 5 jumps? And the Jark's on the Lightning. Okay. Alright, let's do the same thing. Let's hope that the Wyoming misses us
Reporting the target position.
on the first salvo. Oh, he's shooting at the cruiser. Awesome. I have a feeling he's gonna continue on this course. I just have a feeling. Or enough of that course. Maybe not. Shoot. Can catch at least one. Okay. Whew. Save my butt. Okay, now we gotta find that destroyer. He knows we outgun him seriously, and he's almost dead, if I recall, so... He didn't announce where he's at by going back into B. So let's swoop. Boot. There he is. Okay, we're just enough of this. If I stay running at an angle, his torps should not easily catch up to me. Okay.
Enemy destroyer blown up.
Now let's head for the carrier.
Torpedoes to starboard.
Whoa. Trying to be polite and say thank you. Instead I hit. I've been detected. And I'm gonna get torped. I always forget that their torpedoes are slow and they come later. I've died more than once getting a little bit blasé. So look at where their CV is. So what's chat consensus about the position of the enemy CV, which you can see on the mini-map? Is that a good position or a bad position? hard to bomb. I must say I'm horrifically bad at... Well, I'm not great at HE bombing in general, but I'm worse at trying to HE bomb destroyers. Right where he should be. I don't know about you guys. I mean, now with the autopilot, I mean, like halfway between the middle and the back, probably. I mean, you're going to suffer from such a delay in getting your squadrons out to their target when you're that far back. Obviously, you're a little safer. Oh, is this where I want to be going for armor piercing? Can I Citadel this guy? Do I have a bad angle? Find the Citadel on a carrier can be kind of tricky, though. Don't shoot at him. Probably not flat enough. Is it under the water? Oh, there we go. Yes! All right, Bussy. Have a good work shift. Thank you for coming in. It was awesome. Appreciate it. Oh my God, I got a Kraken. Holy crap. Are you kidding me? Who recommended? I didn't even realize it, dude. I did not even realize it. Who recommended? Who was the... Raise your hand. Who recommended the Farragut? It's a great call. Again, Arcana mentioned it last time. So we managed to get 5 of our 10 kills. Actually, we had one in the Colorado, too. We'll check that in a second. We got our 2 Citadel hits and 2 floods. I don't know why I haven't played it that much lately, honestly, 5 Gems. Maybe you mentioned it. So we got 2 Citadel hits off the Colorado and 2 off Farragut. So that's the thing, like, snap into brain. It's an aircraft carrier. It's nearly side 2. You should be shooting AP. 5 Gems. Thanks, man. Thank you for the tip. I owe you. So yeah, we're 6 of 10 ships. Got a lot of floods. So let's see. I have time for a few more games. Maybe we should... I'm going to do a little screenshot of that. Come on. Not going to work? Hold on 1 second. I'm going to do it the old-fashioned way here. So the one good thing about streaming to your PC is you can use some of your PC tools. Okay, that's good with that. All right, so I think I'm gonna try to take out the Lightning. This will be the second ship of the night that we're gonna play completely fresh. Feeling good after that game, though. Where is it? Did I put it in the saved? You know what? Instead of outfitting that, let's do Jervis. Because then you guys won't have to wait around for me to. I'll sometime during the day tomorrow, and hopefully I'll be able to get on tomorrow night for a few hours. We'll outfit the Lightning so we can play that. But let's do, where are you? Okay. Don't need the booster on anymore. Oh, did that count? Do hard mode missions carry over? I didn't even think about that, Samuel. I know there was something about a Kraken in hard mode. I could use hard mode with being gone 2 weekends. Hopefully I'm not going to need it. I'm certainly not missing the Suzuya. There is no freaking way I'm not getting that ship. Is hard mode under a separate, or is it under... Is it this one? Okay. So that means we got a high caliber. Is that what this was? I think this is hard mode, right? Yeah, there's the... All right. That doesn't suck. Okay, back. Sorry, I'm a little bit scatterbrained. All right, Jervis. Don't let me down. Oh, is it? Oh, tier 5. That's why. Gotcha. Yep. Technicalities. So yeah, that's pretty cool. That's a quarter of our Citadel hits knocked out. That's one thing I'll say. The more I was playing Siegfried, the more Citadels I was getting. For sure. So that might not be a bad ship for Citadel hits. Trying to pimp out your Helena. Yeah, that's a good thing to do. That is a great ship, and it gets better as it gets upgraded. Yeah, at least we got credit for one of them. They seem to be changing up like the rules on that stuff. Like campaign to campaign, it's a little bit different on the tiers that you can use for stuff. Ooh, Black Scharnhorst. I'm having so much fun sailing around in my white, shiny white Scharnhorst. That's been tough because I have not had great teams in that ship so far, but it's a fun boat, man. Okay, so this 55 and 9. 55 and 9. I must have upgraded my commander again. I got a little bit of a boost. So now we're same detectability as the last ship, but we actually have 9-kilometer range on our torpedoes. And single fire torpedoes are glorious. As you saw in our game on Tears of the Desert, what that destroyer was doing with single fire. So I usually do a few on the line, a few in front, and a few behind. Just wall of torps. So let's leave that and let's come over here and see if we can help out on this Bliskavitska if he comes in on our Gepard. Yeah, no, I don't get a lot of Krakens, to be honest with you, Chiefs. I don't play for Krakens. Like, I don't play for kills. I play for objectives. That's why I just don't have a lot of huge damage scores either. How are those torps doing? I guess he got by our torps. Must have changed course. These British DDs have some anti-aircraft power. So one feature that's nice on PC is you can actually turn off your anti-aircraft guns. So if you want to go more incognito, you can turn your AA batteries off, which would actually be a benefit on here too. We don't need to go into this area. There's no domination caps. Our destroyer really didn't have to die there fighting over water. Not even an objective. And Bliskavitska is a good gunboat, so what was he in? He was in Gepard. Dude, you don't probably want to go in any more, Fuso. You're going to get torped. You do need to get in closer. Okay, now our torps are reloaded. Yeah, here come the torpedoes. Shoot. Oh, Fuso. Guns on this ship are great. I hope the Lightning's guns are as good as the Jervis. I find these pretty comfortable to use. Okay, this guy is not going to be dumb enough, right? He might have been turning, but then he might have been coming around the corner. It's hard to say. Oh, you bastard. You sucker. He slowed down just enough. I'm not going to do what the Gepard did, if that's your thinking. Dang, he just didn't poke out enough. Lightning has great guns. Okay, cool. Well, we used all our torpedoes, so basically just screening now. Just trying to detect one of those destroyers if they're trying to shoot this gap, but we're going to have to kind of slide to the center, I think. Nuremberg can be on picket duty. Hey, Archer. I had a Kraken, and there's a Kraken that counted for nothing. In a DD of all things. I had a Kraken high caliber, and it meant nothing. I think the high caliber counted for something. How are you doing, sir? Baby is growing. Pretty soon he'll be chewing on your controller. What is that, a crying symbol? Or you're crying? Okay, let's troll the middle here. Okay, we're getting a lead, so... This is the wild card with carriers, you guys. You just don't ever know when the planes are going to spot you. You got to keep track of where the planes are at. Definitely makes it harder to get your stealth runs in. Fuso's headed away. Is our Nuremberg dead? He's dead. He's dead, Jim. Say, the Nuremberg would be detecting where those destroyers went, but I have a feeling they went through the back. He just had a bath and is sleeping. Baby don't care about my Kraken that don't count. I know that. Fuso is running for the border, like the old Taco Bell ads. Could kind of corral him over there. But he's going too fast. Dude, where are you going, Fuso? Okay. There's lots of torpedoes. I have a feeling he's going to just continue on that heading. Oh, crap. Well, I guess we've got two people in the cap.
All forces, provide cover for that target. Get back!
Yeah, they're on our... Nope, they're going to be on our base probably soon. Dang. Is he not going full speed? Alright. Not getting any progress on our stuff. I think I'm going to have to go back to the lower tier. This kind of be more for the team to cap out than for me. I think I'll push off the cap. Buddy's going away. 39 seconds on the torpedo reload. Fuso could potentially dev strike us. But we could smoke up and let him come close and then jump out of smoke too. Let's just go for it. We have nothing to lose except the respect of our teammates. Anchor, baby. That's pretty funny. Okay, we're going for it, guys. Now we can use our smoke to break off.
Smoke generator started.
Okay, we got a flood.
Destroyed an enemy battleship.
We'll take it.
Smoke screen set.
We'll grow into an anchorman, which will surpass even the likes of Ron Burgundy. We can only hope, for Archer's sake, that he would be so epic. You guys think I can Citadel a buddy? Again, no reason not to try at this point. This is an experiment in Russian, British armor-piercing rounds. Oh, he's angled! No! Don't be angled. Okay.
All stations.
Uh-oh. What the heck? Blythe, go away, Blythe. Love how fast the smoke recharges. It's a glorious thing. Dang, staying angled to us.
Concentrate fire on the smoke screen set. That was a great battle.
Get out of my smoke.
Okay, get ahead. The ship is on fire.
Oh no. We were a bad teammate in that game. We were a really bad teammate. Didn't seem like I was gonna have the best of luck penning. Oh, and the Blythe's got a Kraken. Good for him, it will count. Good game by him. No jazz flute. Hey Receptive, how are you? Good to see you. That was a game of not being a very good teammate to our team. I could have stayed in the cap and helped cap out, but we were going for mission goals. We did get a flood. We did get a ship kill. I hate the way that the goals get written sometimes. I really liked the last set of the Shakedown, where it was damage, potential damage, damage inflicted, and kills. It just, there wasn't a lot of bad behavior incented in that. And again, it was awesome for playing ships like Siegfried that get shot at all the time and can inflict a lot of damage back in return. And can get kills. Alright, so let's think of getting citadels. Let's think, probably my last game, so let's think of a cruiser that can get citadels. Just for fun. Tempted to play Pensacola, but we've been playing slow turrets. We could go Königsberg, go crazy Königsberg at tier 4. That one can get you citadels as well. Permission to div tomorrow? I might be able to, sir, if I'm on tomorrow. I'm going to be out the next 2 Friday and Saturdays with soccer, football tournaments. Let's go New Orleans. I have a feeling. Let's see if New Orleans can do this. But yes, if I'm on, I'll definitely look you up. for certain. Do you have to fill out a form in advance now? Like in triplicate, 24-hour warning. It's probably a good way of doing it versus, hey, can I just bail and get on? So we've had a productive night tonight. We've been able to, well, we had two good games in the Hawkins, though our teams weren't so hot. We had 2 first place finishes and good amount of damage and some kills. We had a really good game in the Iron Duke. Great game in the first DD game that I played in a long time. And then a not so good game there where we were just being a little crazy in Jervis. New Orleans always has such a funky look.
Battle starts.
All right. Yes, all forms in triplicate. Of course. So New Orleans just has great guns. It's actually pretty good at kiting. More turny than you would expect. It doesn't have to sit behind terrain exclusively like some of the other lighter American cruisers that live longer behind terrain. You know, Helena in the beginning of a game prefers to be behind terrain, the hierarchy gun. So does Atlanta. So does Flint. And even Baltimore, I'd prefer to start out in a covered position. But I do a lot of open water play in this boat. Watch as we get potentially nuked by the Colorado. Let's see, we're just able to outturn a lot of those salvos, especially at distance. And then we're gonna try to use armor-piercing rounds against these cruisers. Take note of the fact there's an orc in there. As far as getting radared, potentially. And the spotted icon has no number by it. Now it does. So I wasn't being targeted by the Colorado again. Oh! Citadel hit 15 kilometers. Gotta love that. That's why I run every captain in a cruiser. For me, has the eyeball number skill. It can be ingenious. Mainly, it can be armed and ready. But that skill is just a must-have for me. I like to know when I'm being targeted. Oh, like Hitchhiker's Guide? Yeah. I was just reading something about Doug Adams. About how he actually hated the writing process. Which you wouldn't have expected. Okay, let's see what we can do with AP at Superstructure on Colorado. Not bad. Getting some relatively large damage rolls there. Again, I'm going to show them my butt. We're bouncing most of that AP from the Miyoko. We won't bounce the AP from the Colorado, but we're going to wiggle. And yes, I'm actually tracking individual shells from the Colorado and trying to find the gap in the spread of shells. And just trying to basically wiggle to the spot where the dispersion leaves a gap. And then turning back into the enemy ships in a cruiser is something they don't always expect, so I'll do a variety of turns, not always turning away, not the same turn in a pattern, but try to mix it up. Change up your speed occasionally, bow in occasionally. USN AP in the morning. That sounds like another creative property. Apocalypse Now. It's kind of funny. The first carrier video I did on YouTube, I put in Flight of the Valkyries, which I just will always associate with Apocalypse Now. And then I put one other song from a movie called The Bad News Bears. It's a baseball movie that I used to love when I was a kid. Wow, that Orkin died fast. And I got trolled by this younger person about my musical choices. Like, they're from movies that I like. Sees the gap. Okay, so kind of, we're trying to do the right thing and be a better teammate in this game. We're also still trying to think about objectives, so I'm going to go preferably to the side with the Miyoko right now. This Miyoko's been a little careless in showing broadside. Be nice to get one more Citadel. It's going to be tougher because there's not a lot of cruisers left. Probably could Citadel certain battleships with this AP if you're close enough and they're completely flat-sided to you. Yeah, see, he's backing up, dude. Just like, you don't want to do that in a cruiser. You've got to turn away because of the Colorado. Just a little too high to get a Citadel. That's like guaranteed death in a cruiser, is sitting in a cap and backing up. Ooh, I thought that looked pretty good from a Citadel perspective. We're watching the smokestacks, right? We're watching the smokestacks in the wake. Ooh, he just missed getting torped. When the smoke changes direction, we know he's changing direction. Technically, we should have killed him by now. Kind of let him get away with that. So he's going to turn to get behind cover. It's the other thing, the other signal you kind of watch for. If he's wounded, he will likely try to get behind cover, but I think I shot behind him again. Ugh, actually just a little bit over him. Alright. Just being cautious enough with the battleship over here. Oh, he did. It's time to push up. Are you saying Walter Matthau and the Bad News Bears? Yeah. Archer, if that's what you're talking about. I loved that movie when I was a kid. I played a lot of youth baseball as well as youth soccer, youth football, and some American football too. But that was a funny movie. That's probably one of the first movies I saw that had cussing in it and stuff, and my parents were okay with it because it was like Tanner, the young kid who was always cussing. It's not a completely politically appropriate movie in this day and age, like many others from my youth that I enjoyed. All right, switch fields now, and we're gonna have to switch ammo type, unfortunately. Maybe we'll encounter that cruiser at a closer range. We're gonna try to get to work on the knives now with our AP, and then I'm gonna be paying attention to this Vladivostok. What can happen is you get zoned in on shooting at one ship and then you don't realize there's another one sizing you up. That's another reason why I run the number icon next to the spot indicator. I'll expect the nearby ship to be shooting at me, but if I see that number go up to 2 or 3, then I know a more distant ship is probably targeting me too. Right now, yeah, the Vlad and the knives now are targeting me, most likely. So I'm kind of evading, trying to evade both right now. So I want to make them be bored of shooting at me and just go back shooting at the Nelson because he's easier to hit. Cruiser life is way easier when you have a teammate to help just divide up fire. Ooh, how is our anti-aircraft going to be on this boat? First time I've run one of these higher tier American cruisers since the CVs came out. They should be extremely good at shooting down planes, if there's anything right in the world. Ooh, Baltimore. Baltimore keeps showing me broadside. I can Citadel him. You just continue right on that line like that. Oh my, unlucky. We're gonna kind of bait him with broadside and then turn in. Wow, getting some bad Sigma. Sigma is your vertical dispersion, your up and down dispersion, and I'm getting a lot of straddles where a shell's landing short and far. Uh-oh. Ugh, I don't really want to get into a 1v1 with this Balti, but it looks like that's where it's going. Good news is I have a hit point advantage. Bad news is, oh crap, now he's broadside and I switched to HE. Why? That Baltimore should be just trolling me with armor piercing right now. Come on, this is where we get a couple citadels, right? No? Come on. We have super heavy AP too.
Problem solved, sir.
It's only 7 kilometers. There we go. So guys, this is just a player who's making a mistake not shooting AP at me. I would probably be dead already if he was shooting AP at me, honestly.
We've destroyed an enemy cruiser.
It's the best AP cruiser AP in the game outside of Siegfried. Hey Monk, how are you? Doing well. Just finishing up this evening. Had actually a fun night
All stations requesting fire on the designated target.
so far. How about yourself? What are you up to? Are you playing or just hanging? Trying to get some progress on our missions. More wins than losses tonight, which has been awesome. Except when I play Hawkins. That ship does not get me any wins right now. Ooh, Lexington. Hello. Why aren't I bringing Toxic in Arena? I'm just not even going to try in this. I'm not going to have time because I'm not going to be here this weekend. So I'm just basically sitting this arena out. I'm going to play the XP one. Yeah, I have like 140 steel badges. So I feel like I'm fully on track for Missouri to get it in like 2050. So I don't need to try too hard in arena right now. Playing a little. We did unlock the Lightning. I know it's not as fast as the French, but every time I think of the upper high tier fast destroyers, I think of you. Okay. Let's put our plane at. If we get close enough to the Lexington, we'll switch to AP. Actually, let's switch to AP anyway. See if we might get a stray Citadel on him. Staying angled, unfortunately. Hard to predict when you're going to get a Citadel hit on a carrier. Full pen, just not. Come on, guy. So the autopilot, it avoids islands, is that right? Maybe not well. Dang island. Is he moving or not moving? Ah, blocked. I'm sure I'm not gonna get the kill. Ooh, but I was spotting him, so maybe I shouldn't spot him. Come on, I could use the kill. The aircraft carrier kill sound is cool. That is carried over. So let me catch up real quick. Best thing about them is I don't think you can completely destroy their AA guns. 5-inch AA seems to be tied to the integrity of the guns themselves. Shot up at the HE and Mahan about a week ago. Still went on to down 7 planes. Cool. Yeah, I mean, we'll have to see how that dynamic works. You're technically right that it's technically correct that as the game goes on, especially you take HE damage to your ship, whenever you see those little symbols that you're knocking out guns, a lot of that is anti-aircraft guns that are getting knocked out, and that has never been a factor until now, right? Unless you're trying to shoot down someone's spotter plane. I have a pretty cool mod. It's a modification which you can run on the PC side, and it basically is a little heads up that tells you the effectiveness of your AA and your secondaries. Basically tells you the state that they're in, so how much it's degraded, which is kind of cool. So you can see the effect of getting hit with HE. So New Orleans got us got us 2 citadels, got us a kill. So we're halfway on citadels. We're 9 out of 10 kills, and then we've got some floods to do. So that's where we're going to pick up tomorrow. So we made good progress, given that we weren't even in Shakedown. Again, I have to give the big tip to 5 Jumps, the big thank you. I think tomorrow we will be jumping back in tier 4 DDs. Yeah. I think I need to reset my carousel so I remember to play all the ships that are going to be good in this mission set. Again, I'd really like the carousel to be 2 layers. Like, I play a decent amount of FIFA soccer. I haven't played nearly as much of it of late. But there's an up and down arrow ability on FIFA where you can jump between different layers of their menus, and it'd be awesome if we could do that. I know you have to go up this way, but maybe it's the arrow keypad or something that we could jump between levels on the carousel, so you could have a multi-level carousel. Hey, 5 Jumps, thank you for coming by. That was awesome. And again, thank you so much for that tip. I know that Arcana had said that last time during the missions, and that made my night. It was awesome. So fun. I got a huge chunk of progress done, because you're right. You can get Citadel hits, you can get floods, and you can get kills all on that ship. I love the ones that are a combination. Random ship generator, like putting halves of ships together to give new ones, or just pick a ship randomly. That'd be kind of fun. All right, you guys. I appreciate all of you who have joined in tonight. Actually want to catch up with one thing really quickly. It was Sir Mateo 95. Thank you for the follow. Very much appreciated. And again, thanks everyone else for dropping in. I'm going to try to be back on tomorrow night at 10 o'clock Mountain Time to get these missions wrapped up before I head out of town. So Archer, I'll definitely look for you tomorrow if I make it on. I do have soccer practice, but that should be over. I should be back home in time, I think. So, hey everybody, thanks a lot for coming by. Appreciate it, listening to my ramblings, and at least seeing some decent play tonight. Again, we won more than we lost, and we only had one game that I was not proud of. The rest of them went pretty well. So thanks for coming in. I hope you have a great evening, and hopefully we'll see you tomorrow. This is VannKraken, and I am out.